the dominant idea of happiness typically emerges as an unquestioned goal in life. So at a very basic level, you're born, then you grow up, and then you inevitably marry, you inevitably reproduce, and you acquire some wealth. And then you pass on that wealth, and then, in the Indian context, you pass on your caste lineage as well. That is this unquestioned goal for life. And, LGBTQI movements at times also work with this measure of happiness, because typically LGBTQI people have been excluded from these measures of happiness. So therefore, the right to marry, the right to adopt, the right to inherit property, the right for visitation, etc., becomes a kind of a demand to be included within the recognized structure. And of course, side by side, while that is important, there has also been a critique of that because it leads to a reproduction of the same structure that has denied me those rights in the first place. And therefore, you have the term heteronormativity, which emerges from this need to be included. Same-sex marriage, for example, which on the one hand provides a certain kind of happiness in terms of helping to secure certain economic and legal parity, but it can also become a very exclusionary normative force, because there may be LGBTQ identified people who may not want to marry, who may actually not be part of the script. We also saw in our research on livability that what many of our colleagues, participants, etc. were saying, that happiness for me does not lie in the inclusion, but I would rather, live a life that is worth living, which may include not getting married, which may include being single, which may include some kind of a struggle critiquing dominant scripts. And that is where my livability lies.